Oh boy! Again, 3-0 shutout for the Oilers tonight on Thursday, February 25th. Before we get into this, make sure you're subscribed because I got a bunch of videos over the weekend here. The Canucks don't play till Monday, so we're going to do a video on why everyone needs to be fired right now and why they need to sell right now. So stay tuned for those. Coming into this one, Demko 4-8-1 with an 898. Mike Smith 5-0-0 with a 934. He goes to 6-0 with the shutout tonight. Lineup changes for this one. Louis gets sent to the practice squad. Howard comes in for Zach McEwen. Hamonic comes in for Ulevi. Miller moves down to the third line. Höglander slides to the first. Fertan slides to the second. My thoughts on this here. I wish it was Howard in for Roussel. I'm so done with Antoine Roussel. Shout out to him for his 1,000th penalty minute of his career tonight. That was great. Hamonic and for Ulevi, I'm okay with. Give him some ice time, and I think Jordy Ben's been really good, so that's fine. Miller down to third line, like that. Höglander to first, like that. Jake to second, was skeptical. Terrible first period, ended up doing okay, and we'll get into that in the pluses and minuses in a few minutes here. Early, 49 seconds into the game, Jake Fertan takes a penalty. Now this one, I'm not going to give him too much flack for. Puck sort of hits a guy and bounces up into the air, or hits Demko, I think, bounces up into the air, and he tries to bat it out, ends up batting it straight over the glass. Delay of game, unfortunate. Brandon Sutter gets a shorthanded breakaway on this one. I don't know if that got stopped or if he missed it. I couldn't really tell. Roussel in the rebound fires it right through the crease, had a wide open net. So that was sort of a good sign of how this game was going to go. That ends up getting killed off. About 6.5 minutes into the first, Archibald runs over Thatcher Demko, tried to make a drive-in move to the inside. Myers kind of tied him up. He had nowhere to go. Ends up running over Demko. Miller gets robbed in tight off of an Elias Pettersson rebound. This was a solid power play, and this was their best power play of the night, I think, out of the 4 that they had. And I think it was the only good power play of the night that they had. And then right after, about 30 seconds after that penalty ends, Jake Fertan takes another penalty. This was a bad hooking penalty, and I put a note here. It's like, wow, Jake, you're really making the most of your opportunity. It's like, yeah, let's showcase him for a trade maybe, or see if he can do something on the second line. It's a storyline that we've gone over before this year, and he takes a dumb penalty here. Right at the end of this power play, Draisaitl is absolutely robbed. Looks like he has a wide open net on the broadcast, like you're looking, and it's like, oh, here's Draisaitl with a wide open net. And suddenly Demko's leg just appears, robs him with the toe. Beautiful save. And Demko is really solid tonight. Absolutely no way you can blame any of this game on Thatcher Demko. Maybe the second goal, but again, if the team in front of you doesn't score, it doesn't matter how well you play. And then about a minute later, Elias Pettersson was robbed. Basically a cross-ice pass from Quinn Hughes. He lets that one go, and Smith just gets his stick on it. So again, both goalies were firing tonight. About 20 seconds after that, 7.5 minutes to go in the first period, Kyle Yamamoto beats Travis Hamonic, ends up in all alone, and he puts it off the bar. Beats Demko, hits sort of the bottom half of the bar. That is 2 millimeters. 2 millimeters lower, and that goes bar down. But just gets the bottom of the bar, comes out. And then with 5:40 to go, Howard turns the puck over, trying to get out of the zone. Jujhar Khaira comes in. Demko stops him on the breakaway. And then, with about 4 minutes to go, Edmonton had the most blatant too many men penalty that got missed. And then with 22 seconds to go, the Canucks had a more blatant too many men penalty that got missed. So I guess those wash out. Shots in the first period, 13-9. But if you looked at scoring chances, they'd probably be a lot more even than 13-9 sounds. In the second period, about 4 minutes in, JT Miller steals from Draisaitl, gets Gaudette walking in, and Gaudette just can't score. He gets stopped. I think Gaudette has like one of the most highest scoring chances in the NHL, and he can't score a goal. 2 minutes after that or so, Connor McDavid just ends up driving in front of the net. Edler pulls him down. Probably saved a goal here. It was a sharp angle, but it's Connor McDavid. He's probably going to score from there. He's just going to do the old little hookski and slide it in. So that's a fine penalty to take, whatever. Great save by Demko during this penalty kill off of a McDavid one-timer. McDavid also had another rebound that looked, again, like he had a wide open net. Demko spreads the pad out, makes a save. Another great save from Demko. But Chason scores right at the end of this power play. Sort of just spins, shoots at far post. Demko had pretty good positioning. He just didn't get the pad out in time. Wasn't expecting the quick shot. And it was perfectly placed. Literally hit directly off the post and in to make it 1-0 Edmonton. Canucks 0-11 after allowing the first goal. Let's make that 0-12 after this one. About 11 minutes to go. Draisaitl gets a breakaway. The puck sort of jumps over Quinn Hughes. He's not able to get body position. Draisaitl goes in all alone. Demko makes another save. That was their 4th breakaway. Demko stopped all of them. This game could have been 4-0 at this point, had it not been Demko playing. If you had put David Riddick in net, it would have been a different story. About a minute after that, 10 minutes to go or so, Höglander just gets Chris Russell in the train tracks. And like he's coming down the boards into the offensive zone. Höglander sees it, lines him up, runs him over. Beautiful, clean hit right to the chest. Loved it. 7.5 minutes to go. Jake Fertan gets robbed by Mike Smith. The first shot, he's got a good chance. He's got a good open scoring chance. Smith makes the stop. He sees the rebound. He tries to jam it in. And it looks like, Smith saved it, and there was a pileup after. Then we come back from commercial break, and they're showing this puck is 90% in. Like, it was just sitting on the goal line. Literally, do I have a puck in here? I don't have a puck in here. Normally I have a puck in here. But literally like 90% of the puck. Like, if this is the puck, it was like here. Like, it was so close. And that would have, again, could have changed the game. Would have made a shotgun. Would have been sick. But no goal nonetheless. 25 seconds later, Jake gets robbed again. Gets a cross-ice pass from Horvat. He's not able to get a ton on it, but quick release, decent shot. Smith kind of cheated on the pass. Like, he was ready for the pass, and he got square in time. So it's still 1-0. Adam Larson takes a holding penalty with about 2 minutes to go in the second period. A Pettersson one-timer sort of rattled Mike Smith, but again, that gets killed off. And then Edmonton takes a penalty as the clock expires, about 2 seconds on the clock. Höglander gets hooked behind the net. So the Canucks will go to the power play in the third period. Shots at this point, 15-12 for Vancouver in the second period, making it 28-21 at that point in the game. So again, on the shot clock, it looks like the Canucks are the better team, but it didn't feel like it. It felt really even, except Edmonton had these breakaways that got stopped, and these high danger scoring chances that the Canucks just didn't really have. They had a couple, but not to that extreme. Third starts again, Canucks power play. It took about a full minute for power play 1 to even get into the zone on this one. A decent chance from Horvat where it sort of ended up in the air, and he tried to just like bat it at the post and in. And if he had hit the net, this was going in. He just missed it by a couple of inches. Obviously, you can't really blame the guy for missing the net, batting it out of the air. He's not Sidney Crosby, right? That's a tough play. Canucks get no shots on net on this power play. Jake Fertan is tripped by Jesse Puljujarvi at center ice. Canucks go to the power play. And again, 0 shots on back-to-back power plays, down a goal in the third period. They were trying to force it too much, trying to do the cross-ice pass through the slot that never works. It was an awful, awful power play. And then, right a minute after that power play ends, 5 seconds after that power play ends, Antoine Roussel takes a hooking penalty on Connor McDavid. Just got beat, took a dumb hooking penalty, and again, 9 minutes to go, 1-goal game. Don't take a penalty, Antoine Roussel. They score on the power play. That was Roussel's 1,000th penalty minute, by the way. Congratulations. Good job. I'm surprised they didn't do the thing where like stop the play, have everyone come over the boards and like shake his hand like they do for the 1,000th point sometimes, and like do a whole like celebration. That would have been fitting. Puljujarvi scores on the Draisaitl rebound, makes it 2-0. This is a pretty weak goal, but again, this is like the 27th shot that Demko's faced, and one's bound to get through eventually. Just sort of snuck through inside the skate. Makes it 2-0. About 4 minutes to go. Alex Edler with a dumb giveaway to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Bo has to sort of wrap him up and hold him. Canucks go to the penalty kill with 4 minutes to go, down 2. They kill that off. A great Demko save on Tyler Ennis during that penalty kill. Demko gets pulled with 1:43 to go. Canucks are barely able to do anything. McDavid just flies into the Canucks zone with 23 seconds left. Slides into the empty net. 3-0 Edmonton is your final score. Shots in the third period, 13-5 for Edmonton. A team down a goal who's been playing okay going into the third period, getting outshot 13-5. Not a good look. Shots total for the game, 33-32 for Edmonton. But I'm sure if you looked at expected goals, it was probably leaning on Edmonton's side. Let's get into the pluses and minuses. We've got quite a few here. Let's start with the pluses here. Niels Höglander looked good with Bester and Pettersson. Didn't look out of place. great. Like, he's so good with the puck, like just battling to get the puck and retaining control in the offensive zone. Really like that. Jake's offense. I think Jake was actually pretty good in the offensive zone tonight. He was going to the net. He was getting chances. He was trying to drive home rebounds and crashing into the goalie and making him feel him. But again, couldn't get on the score sheet. I think Quinn Hughes' defense was better, especially in the third period. I think he had a couple really good plays on defense. Not as much in the first couple of periods, but in the third period, I have to commend him. He was pretty good. And I think Travis Hamonic was fine. Keep in mind, he hasn't played in 18 games, so he's clearly shaking some rust off. I like that he was just trying to get pucks on net, right? Like, he'd get the puck at the point, and he'd throw it at the net. Someone tip it, right? Like, get pucks to the net. At this point, when you have a team that's struggling to get on the board, sometimes getting a simple shot on net, especially you're against Mike Smith, like you remember Horvat's goal from 2 nights ago, get pucks on net. Definitely not a bad idea. On to the mind. Oh, one last plus. Sens beat the Flames 6-1. 2 ways this is good. One, if the Canucks were trying to make the playoffs, which they aren't anymore, they shouldn't be, that would be good for standings, right? Because it would bring the Flames down. However, the Sens going up is good for the draft lottery. We are 24 games into a 56-game season, and we're already talking draft lottery. And we'll talk a lot more about that again in my video on either tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, why they should sell ASAP. Negatives, minuses. 3 breakaways given up in the first period. Demko had to be sharp, and he had to be sharp early. And again, the 1 breakaway in the second period, also not a good look either. Jake's penalties. The first one, I'm not going to give him too hard of a time. Because again, he's just trying to bat it and clear the zone. It goes out of play. Just unlucky. But the second one, you're 9 minutes into the game. Don't take a dumb hooking penalty. Antoine Roussel. I said this a week and a half ago, that I'm done with Antoine Roussel. My stance has not changed. If you are not having a real positive impact on the ice, and sure, he does drive hard into the corners, and he looks like he's skating fast, although I don't know if he's actually skating fast. That's nice, but he's not getting any productivity done. He takes bad penalties every night. Take him out of the lineup. Put Zach McEwen back in that spot. Zach McEwen had a noticeable, good impact. Put him back in for Antoine Roussel. The power play was absolutely useless. They had 2 of their 4 power plays where they didn't even get a shot. Edmonton scored on 2 of their power plays. You can't not get shots on your power play in this league. Stop going cross ice on this power play. It doesn't work. Miller tries to force it a lot. He sees Pettersson on the far side, and he thinks, well, if I get this across, it looks good. And Pettersson has a chance with the goalie sliding over. But it's not working. Stop doing it. Keep using Quinn Hughes, or try the bumper more. Just going cross ice, he just gets batted down and cleared down the ice. And apathy is setting in for lots of fans. Apathy is the most dangerous thing in this sport. If you have fans who love the team and are excited about the team, that's good for business. If you have teams that are really angry about the team, at least they're still caring about the team. But when you get to the point where the positives, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel because you're concerned about the motivations of the general manager and the motivations of the coach, where they're both sort of sitting ducks here, and their motivations might be to try to salvage the season when that should not be your motivations at this point. And 7 years of a general manager and you haven't seen much signs of improvement, apathy starts to set in. People start to say, look, I'll see you next year. Or, they lost again. Well, who cares, right? And that hurts everyone, right? That hurts the team, right? Revenue. The team obviously doesn't have as many revenue streams this year without ticket sales, but you don't have as many teams buying or people buying jerseys. You just have less excitement. Can you imagine if this team was popping off right now and they were having fun games where they were winning a few more of these? These reverse retro jerseys would be flying off the shelves, right? If they were having exciting games in them. So that hurts business. It hurts the media because people stop tuning in, and we know what happens when the media doesn't do well. They get their station unplugged. Apathy is dangerous in sports, and that's not what you want. So something to keep in mind there. Game pucks for this one, the goaltenders. I'm giving my Vancouver one to Thatcher Demko. Allowed 2 goals on 32 shots against, and he was good. Again, sure, the second goal was weak, but you're making 4 high percentage breakaway saves on players like Leon Draisaitl. You got to be commended for that. So I think he had a really good game, and I will 100% expect to see him. I guess it's a back-to-back Monday, Tuesday, so I'm sure him and Holtby will each get one. I'd assume he gets the Monday game because the Canucks will want at least a bit of momentum. Give yourself the best chance to win on Monday. If you win on Monday, you have a better chance of winning on Tuesday. And for Edmonton, Mike Smith got a shutout. It's as easy as that. That's not a hard one to give out. Other players who I think had a good game, I think Yamamoto had a good game, and Yamamoto is so impressive. I really like him as a player. Connor McDavid's always just dumb to watch. Draisaitl was okay. Edmonton had a really good game, and Smith was the backstop, and if the Canucks are able to capitalize early on a couple of goals, then this, actually, no, it's probably the same result because they would have blown that lead. Anyways, I digress. Like I said, we got videos coming up, 2 or 3 videos this weekend that'll be more in-depth looks at the team. We're not going to do a film analysis video for this one because that would be kind of gross and a waste of my time, and I don't feel like doing that. Canucks' next game is Monday against Winnipeg, I believe. I believe they're back on the road, but I think the game's still at 7, so we will see what happens then. Anyways, make sure you're subscribed. Follow me on Twitter. Like the video. Leave a comment. It helps the algorithm, Say some stuff. It's always nice. It's nice to have some conversation after a game like that, and do some venting in the comments below. Anyways, that's all I've got for you, and I will see you on the weekend.